And hello again, everyone. Welcome into another playoff edition of Jacket Vision. I'm Mickey Shadricks here with Oxford head coach Ryan Herring. Last Friday night, Oxford advancing into the next round of the Alabama High School Athletic Association football playoffs with a 34-7 victory over Muscle Shoals. Coach, congratulations on the win. It was quite a night for your team. This was the team that knocked you out last year. You got off to a good start with what you've been doing all season, and that's playing great defense. Talk about the win. Well,
I can't even begin to talk about how proud I am of the players and the coaches and the job they've done all year, and especially Friday night. Getting to play the team that put us out last year, that was sweet, and getting to beat them was even sweeter. But just proud of the effort, and just the way they played for 4 quarters, and just the physical style of football that we play, because we knew Muscle Shoals had a reputation for being real physical. We saw them last year, but I thought we took it to them as far as being more physical, and that was a huge plan for us to be more physical, and win the hitting battle, and I think our kids did that.
Not only did you hit and tackle and run to the football, but I think one of the keys to this game, especially in the beginning, was the turnovers you created. We'll see in the highlights, you had a huge interception on the first drive of the game that they had. They were moving the ball a little bit, and the interception just was a huge momentum boost for you guys early in the game. Talk about the ability for this defense to create turnovers.
Well, Brody Sire's done it all year, and he's basically done it for 2 years, but he's been that catalyst, it seems like, in big games to make a play, to get a sack, to get a fumble, cause a fumble, interception. He's done it all, and he's scoring touchdowns on offense also. So, he's been huge. But a lot of guys doing their job and flying to the football. And like people say that when you play fast on defense, you just seem to get luckier. And I love it when we get lucky on defense.
Well, now offensively, you knew they would come in and really try to gear up to stop your run, and you would have to, as you mentioned, have to throw the ball when you want to, not when you have to. And you had some big plays through the air. Were you balanced like you wanted to be looking back at the game?
Yeah, we hit a touchdown early with Dave Russell on play action, and we had said all week that was going to be huge. We've got to do that. And we had some other passes. We dropped a couple passes that I think softened them up in the box and allowed us to be able to run the ball better. And we knew we had to do that. We had to throw it some just to get them out of our face. And we did that, and we had some success. Even though we didn't catch all the passes, it still let them know that, hey, we can throw it, we will throw it. And I think that helped out our box and be able to run a little better.
Mentality of this team, call it, I don't know, mojo or swag, whatever you want to call it, this team seems to be playing with confidence. And when you get to this level where you're playing teams that are just as good as you are, and you look at the way your teams have won these first 2 rounds, your kids have got to be playing with a lot of confidence at this point in the season.
Well, I think they are, and I think one reason is they're confident in each other. They know the other guy's going to do his job, so they don't need to worry about everything going on in a play. They just need to worry about doing their job. The outside linebacker, he needs to contain a play. He doesn't need to worry about is somebody on the inside doing their job. And when you get 11 guys doing their job and everybody fits up like they're supposed to, generally, you play decent defense. And I think that's the main thing is we got guys who, if I'm an outside fitter on a play, on a counter or something, that, I don't have to worry about somebody getting kicked out and it coming inside of me. When you can pre-fit the defense for what somebody's doing, it always helps. And I think that's what we've been able to do this year is, set it up and the kids do exactly what they should do and what they've worked on. And, that's just a good template for success on defense.
Well, Coach, if you've been around high school football, you know this fact that if you're still playing when Thanksgiving week rolls around, it's fun. It is really special, and that's where you are this week. It is Thanksgiving week. We're going to talk later in the show about, how you're going to handle the week and all that, but you got another tough team that you got to play this Friday night in Clay Chalkville. They are a region runner-up in Region 6. They're 10-2, but their only 2 losses are to Pinson Valley, who's still alive in the playoffs, and Park Crossing, one of the strong teams from the south part in Class 6A. Just your general overall thoughts of the opponent this week.
Well, they'll be the most athletic team we've seen by far this year, both sides of the ball. They've got great speed. They've got great length. They've got a defensive tackle who's, I think, is probably the best defensive lineman in the state. And we're going to have to do a good job of knowing where he is and trying to neutralize him as much as possible. Nobody's been able to do it all year, but we've got to do that. Otherwise, he'll cause a lot of problems for us. And they're just good in space on offense. They can throw it out here. They can toss it back here. They can throw it downfield. And everybody they got can take it the distance. And the quarterback, he'll be the most athletic quarterback we've seen all year. The guy last week was good, but he was more of a stronger type runner. This guy is a type guy that can outrun you, make you miss, and every now and then he'll duck his head and get some tough yards. So, you know, the thing about Clay Chalkville is the field's going to be 53 yards wide and 100 long. With Muscle Shoals, it was more of a tight box. We were in a phone booth a lot. So the game's going to be a lot wider. The field will be bigger. You know, there's a lot more space. So we've got to do a good job of being where we're supposed to be and being sound. And, you know, just offensively, we just got to take care of the football and get first downs.
We'll have more on the matchup with Clay Chalkville coming up later in the show. When we come back, we'll have highlights from Oxford's victory over Muscle Shoals on JacketVision. Stay with us. Well, Coach, you got to host another playoff game last Friday night here against Muscle Shoals. Great atmosphere at Lamar Field. They've got the football to begin the game.
Well, they start off with a little waggle right here. Had a big gain right there, so, you know, kind of started off, scared us a little bit. But the defense finally settles in, and we get some good stops. We get pressure on the quarterback right here. As you can see, he's a pretty good football player. A little bigger, too, than what you probably could tell. But you know, right here, they're running the buck sweep. There's Brody making a play. He's making the guard miss and then making a play. Here's the big play right here. They try a little flare pass, and Brody takes it, and just unbelievable play by Brody. And that's just kind of what he does. I mean, you know, and you know, I don't say that in a cocky way. I say that in a confident way. Here's a little dive option play right here. We had in for a little different formation. We ran it some, but Abe does a good job reading it, takes it in. I think it caught him off guard right there. Do a good job with coverage right here. This is coverage sack, and you see J-Rock Swain getting a sack right there. J-Rock had an unbelievable game. He gave him fits all night long right there. He's in the backfield. And then I think that's Corey right there getting a sack. There's Titus right here just making people miss. You know, a lot of times you can't tell, even though we might be doing a good job blocking, he generally is going to make the first guy miss. Here's play action. We knew it was imperative all week. We had to go over the top and have some success, and we started off early right there. So we've got a 14-0 lead right now. Everything's looking good. Here they are running a little buck sweep, and that running back's a little better than what you think too. Now he's a football player. I think he's been offered by Jack State, but they love running the sweeps too. And there's Kendall getting downhill, kind of backdoors it, gets a tackle right there for about a 1 yard gain. Here we're on fourth down, and Jordan Swain just fits outside and makes a huge play. They put another quarterback in every now and then because I think they thought he was a better thrower, but you know, we had great coverage and great pressure and ended up getting a sack right there. So we've got a lot of momentum on our side right now. And there's Titus right there making a real good inside linebacker miss that was unblocked right there. You know, that's something you can't coach that. Another great job by Titus right here, bouncing outside. You know, that's another thing you can't coach. That's just him being a great running back. Here we are right here. They run a little inside counter, and we end up getting good support from the corner right there at the end of the play. There's Kendall right there fitting outside, running the ball well. Kendall's playing real good on his knee right now. They kind of get us on trap right here. We run upfield a little bit, don't fit it right. Most of the night we did, but a couple of times they got us. You know, a lot of stuff they do is it's hard to stop because you got to be right where you're supposed to be all the time. There's Kendall with a great job, tips the ball up to himself, makes about 2 or 3 guys miss. He kind of looked like a running back himself right there, but that was another huge play. You know, that's what we talked about all week, is we've got to create turnovers, and we can't have any turnovers. And, you know, going into halftime right there, you can see we're winning the turnover battle, so we're ahead 14-0.
You know, they came out, started the game, they were moving the football, had to feel good about themselves, and you got the big interception. Then they're moving the ball late in the half, got to feel good about maybe getting up some points before halftime. And Kendall makes that great play. So those interceptions and those turnovers were just huge momentum swings for you guys.
Well, you know, Buddy Ryan, the great defense coordinator, always said the biggest stat in football is interceptions. That's the biggest game changer in football, and I agree with him. Interceptions take the life out of people, give you momentum. So those two interceptions right there were a big part of the game and the way the game ended up being. So, just unbelievable job by Kendall, by Brody, and we got great pressure with our D-line all night, great coverage on the back end. So, there's a lot of people and things that go in interceptions than just the person who did it. You got a defensive line getting a rush, affecting the quarterback. You got guys covering on the back end. So, the whole defense just played just excellent in the first half.
More highlights to come after this break. As we go to break, here's a look at the Oxford High School Marching Band. And we head into the second half. Oxford with a 14-0 lead over Muscle Shoals. Kicking off to you, Coach.
Great job right here by some people blocking, and a great job by Caden kind of setting up that return right there. That was a big play right there to start on their side of the 50. That was huge. Run a little lead play right here, and there's just Titus being Titus. Great job blocking by everybody, but good job by him finding the right seam. Here we go back again with it right here. I'm telling you, he's hard to see back there, and once he gets to you, sometimes it's too late. But a great job by blocking, great job running the football. Here's the quarterback again. We knew we had to stop him because they'll try to sell run with 6 a lot. Next thing you know, there he is. And great job right there by Jordan Swain. They mixed it up, try to give the ball to 42 right here. Good job pressure right here. This is an illegal play right here, but the referees don't know it's illegal until I have to explain to them why it's illegal, but they end up getting it right just after the play. But a great stop on 4th down right there by the defense. I think that right there, that stop, I think it kind of took all the life out of them. Here's a second long play that we got out of our red zone right there coming out. That was huge, just to flip the field a little bit. I'm gonna tell you, the running back right there is not a bad football player. Now, we had a lot of bodies on him all night, but he, if you remember from last year, he is a good football player. Great catch by the tight end right there. He's about 6'4", good-looking kid. He did a great job blocking, just went up one-handed that one. Not much you can do about that. There's a quarterback again, just a big body. He's hard to bring down. That's why they won a lot of games this year. There's a running back right there just bulling it in. He's a lot thicker kid than maybe you can tell from the stands, but still, though, not a bad job holding him to one score. And here's Titus again. We run a little lead play, and there's Titus breaking it out. Great job blocking. I can't say enough about the blocking and the way he ran the ball. And here's the silent killer who ends up killing everybody usually in the 4th quarter. He always seems like in the 4th quarter he ends up just, they don't notice him and he's in the end zone. And sometimes I don't think they really want to hit him. Great job finishing him off right here by Brody. He's got a skill set that's unlike a lot of people. He could be a quarterback, he could be a fullback, he could be a linebacker, he could be a DB. Sometimes he does play DB, and right here he's a receiver catching touchdowns. Just, he is a special player. Right here, we just really want to get the game over. We got the game in hand. We just, want to hurry up and get the game over with. And great job by Shane Dimmer out there hustling late in the game. Here's a quarterback trying to throw one up for grabs with hardly no time left. And Janito Allen goes up and high points the ball, does a great job. So right there, kind of puts the final nail in the coffin. We get to take a knee right there. Another great win.
And you get to 12-0 with the 34-7 win over Muscle Shoals. Again, earning the right to take on Clay Chalkville this Friday night over in Birmingham in 3rd round playoff action. Coach, before we get back into talking about that matchup, let's finish up the Muscle Shoals game with a look at the player awards.
All right, this week, Air Jacket Award goes to Dave Russell. Racehorse, of course, goes to Titus Lindsay. Highest grade defensive line Shane Demon, and him and J. Rock Swain split that. Highest grade O-line, Clay Webb, great job by Clay. They were cutting him all night. He did a great job of just keeping his composure and poise. Next award is Special Teams Award. We're giving that one this week to the kickoff team. They did a great job. The kicker, Zane, did a great job of kicking the ball right where we needed, and we did a great job of covering, pinning them deep every time. Most hits, Kendall McCollum, I think he ended up with 19. What a special night he had. Meanest Jacket, we decided we couldn't find just one guy to give it to. We gave it to the whole team. The whole team, the way the kids practiced all week, guys who weren't starters, the life on the sideline, the way the kids that started out on the game, the way they played, the effort, just everything about it. So we decided to give it to the whole team. Game breaker, of course, I think Ray Charles would have gave that to Brody Sire if he'd have been at the game. Brody just played an unbelievable game. Takeaway, Brody Sire had 2 interceptions. How many times you see a linebacker get 2 picks in a game? Hammer Award, Kendall McCollum, Keon Farmberry, our 2 inside linebackers. They were laying the wood all night, did a great job. Pride Award, 2 guys this past week that did a great job showing us pulling all week. They line up on the scout team as guards for us, Peyton Howard and Cam Smith. They did an unbelievable job of giving us a great look at the wing tee all week, so I'm real proud of those guys.
And that'll wrap up our player awards for the Muscle Shoals game. When we come back, more on the matchup with Clay Chalkville this Friday night as we continue on Jacket Vision. And we're back on Jacket Vision. There you see the next matchup, quarterfinal matchup. Oxford at 12-0, traveling to take on 10-2 Clay Chalkville. 7 o'clock kickoff at Cougar Stadium over in Pinson outside of Birmingham. Coach, Clay Chalkville, they're the 2nd seed out of Region 6. Pinson Valley won that region. And this is basically the North semis. You've got in the other game going on in the North, you have Austin and Pinson. If you win this game, you get the winner of that game. Clay Chalkville is 2nd seed, as I said, out of that region, but that game they had with Pinson could have gone either way. So this is an outstanding team coming up you got to take on Friday night.
Yeah, we watched the film for hours over the weekend, and they when they played Pinson, if you're just watching the film, you don't see the scoreboard, you think they win the game, but Pinson's got a good quarterback, and they threw basically some short Hail Marys to kind of come back and win the game. I think it's going to be a tough game. Of course, it'll come down to mistakes, but we've got to be able to neutralize the big D lineman. Offensively, we can't let the quarterback get out of the pocket and roam. We can't let them have the jump balls and make plays on those. Some of the easy touches and scores. We just got to play our brand of football and don't make mistakes. And I think you're going to see a real good game Friday night. 2
defenses as well. They've shut out their first 2 opponents. They beat Athens 21-0 in the first round, then shut out Homewood 30-0 in the second round. Talk about, if you will, finally, Coach, how you're going to handle the Thanksgiving week this week.
Well, we're going to be thankful first. We're going to be very thankful that all our blessings, but that we're in the playoffs. But we're in school today and tomorrow, so. We'll practice after school, and then Wednesday and Thursday we'll practice at 10 a.m. so everybody can be home for lunch. And Friday we'll probably bring them in for a breakfast, and then bring them back in for a pregame meal, and then we'll get on the bus and head to Clay Chalkville.
Coach, congratulations getting this far, and best of luck Friday night.
Thank you. Go Big O.
Thanks for joining us this week on Jacket Vision.